What's up everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my YouTube channel focus on concerts and festivals, and this video I'm doing right now, I just want to talk about my favorite band, Iron Maiden, why I think, in my opinion, the next tour is gonna be the last tour ever, and also at the end of the video, my prediction what's gonna be the set list. And again, as you all know, I'm going to so many festivals every summer. This summer, I'm going to do a little less. I'm going to go only to Wacken Festival, Graspop, and Sweden Rock Festivals because I want to go as much as I can to Iron Maiden. I already got so many concerts tickets to see them in Europe because I really think it's going to be the last tour. And you know, as somebody who's going to so many concerts, especially of my favorite band, Iron Maiden, it's gonna be really sad that these days are already here, you know, the end of the last days, and I'm gonna explain exactly why I think this is the last tour of Iron Maiden. As you all know, Nicko, the drummer, already left the band, and we also know that at this tour on 2025 and 2026, they're gonna tour only play songs from the first 9 albums. And this is also, in my opinion, the best way to have a classic tour to end it. And you know, maybe they're still gonna record a new album, maybe also with Nicko, and maybe they're gonna do a few shows here and there. But as long as it comes to big tours, I think this is the last one. Now I'm gonna explain why. For example, I'll start with this. Last summer, I saw Deep Purple in a festival, and yeah, a lot of people like, yeah, if these bands like Deep Purple that are more old than Iron Maiden, how they can play, so why Iron Maiden cannot, right? But listen, when I saw Deep Purple, I just sitting, chilling down, relaxing, because this kind of music, you know, the band members of Deep Purple, they're just standing and don't do nothing, you know, when it's come to metal, with all this rhythm. Bruce Dickinson, he's always running on stage. Yannick Gers playing with his guitar non-stop. Steve Harris always come and look you in the eyes, and you know, all his energy. It's not gonna keep going like for the next 10 years like this, you know. And this is the problem. They cannot just stand like Deep Purple and play music like nothing. They need to have this energy, you know. And this is life, you know, everything comes to an end at some point. And Iron Maiden, not just one band member that if somebody's going to keep going, you know, like Wasp or Megadeth, you know, this is not just Steve Harris band, you know. Imagine to yourself Dave Mario, Adrian, or Bruce left the band, you know. When somebody left, it's not really fit, you know, and there are some bands that is fit, like Judas Priest, when KK Tipton left the band, you know, everybody, how they can keep going, this is KK, you know, and then come Richie, and turn out he's fit like a glove to Judas Priest. He's a great guitar player, he's exactly what Judas Priest was needed, and he actually helped them, you know, they still have a good records, and they're still awesome on tours, even later on, Glenn Tipton left the band, they are still on fire, you know, this is amazing. But it's rare to something like this happen. I don't see Iron Maiden find a different musician to replace somebody in the band. Yeah, okay, they have a new drummer, but guitar players or singer is much more difficult, you know, it's much more different. And we all see what happened with Black Sabbath. Yeah, they're gonna play soon in London, and everybody, what? How come? I mean, Bill Ward, the drummer, did not play live for 20 years, and also the last time he played live was around 2017, I think. And we all remember what happened when they were supposed to tour with Bill Ward, and then it started to be like a joke, like Ozzy and Friends, and the last album they have 13, it was a really weak album, so I don't want to see Iron Maiden keep going and turn to be like disaster like Black Sabbath, in my opinion. I want to remember Black Sabbath and all these bands on their best. So when they released the tickets to the show in London, I didn't get a ticket. I was like, Ozzy, I'm not sure even he can stand, right? How much they can play, like 2, maybe 3 songs. I want to remember them on the bass. The last time I saw them in 2016, they were still awesome, and this is how I want to remember them. And this is how I want to remember my other favorite bands like Iron Maiden. So I think this is gonna be the last tour of Iron Maiden. They're really thinking about all of this, that they cannot keep touring forever. And this is maybe the reason they have this classic tour. This is like the best way to end it. Um, it's gonna be the end eventually to a lot of things in life, and sadly to our favorite bands. This is what it is, And just say thanks you for the music and salute you. For me, all these bands, I remember when I watched them already like 20 years ago, a lot of people who are not into metal anymore, wow, they're still alive, no way. It was like around 20 years ago, right? And so they cannot keep going like 4 or 5 more years. We all know this. All these classic bands from the late 70s, come on, this is like, the end is coming, unless you are Deep Purple or some bands that don't have all this energy, but don't come to metal. We all know it's very hard to keep continue after you're 70 years old. Yeah, the same day when Black Sabbath gonna play in London, on the same day I have tickets. And then to see Scorpions, they play in support bands are Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. It's amazing, all these bands are still alive and play on the same day, also amazing. So yeah, there are some bands that still keep on touring, but I'm sure all those bands are gonna also retire in the next 2-3 years, I'm sure. So I want to focus on my favorite bands, then see more new bands that I can have them, in the future. I want not to regret and say, I could say, and say, and say I could saw them more, so, and for me, Iron Maiden, it's not only the music. Yeah, they're always great, they never disappoint, but it's also, the people around when you meet them in the concerts, and you travel and see the cities and all this. And this is why I like more focus on Iron Maiden, because they have these die-hard fans. Not so many bands have this, so it's much more fun to travel for Iron Maiden. And I'm really looking forward to see what is the 2026 still gonna be worldwide tour with South America and Japan and probably Australia and more, because I also want to see them over there somewhere, and especially whatever gonna be the last show of the 2026 tour, I'm gonna be there. Also on this tour, by the way, I'm gonna be on the first show of the tour in Budapest, so if you want to check out how it's gonna be, the stage, want to know the setlist, how the t-shirt's gonna look like, follow the channel, I'm gonna be there. So talking about the setlist, I think it's not so gonna be so different from, for example, a real live albums from '93, but of course it's gonna be a little different, the setlist. So what I do think about the setlist, first of all, they're gonna start the show with Doctor Doctor on the background, and also I think they're gonna play another song after this on the background before the show starts. It's gonna be Transylvania, and then on the stage it's gonna be like on the screens you're gonna see videos and pictures from the history, and then boom, they're gonna start the show. The first song that I will come to it later, but let's talk about the songs from each album, what I think they're gonna play. So of course we all know from the first album they're gonna play Iron Maiden. It's the only song they always play live from day one. And in my opinion, it's gonna be hard what other songs gonna be, like Running Free or Prowler or Phantom of the Opera or Remember Tomorrow, but I do think they're gonna play Phantom of the Opera, also because I want them to play, to be honest. And so I think from this album they're gonna play Phantom of the Opera and Iron Maiden, 2 songs from this album. And from the next album, from Killers, I do think they're gonna play Killers and War Child, and I really, really hope they're gonna play The Ideas of March, but I doubt it. But it will be great, especially if they can be a little more longer than the original track, But it will be too good to be true. So these two songs, it's gonna be from Killers, Rothschild and the title track Killers. So from the number of the best album, I really sure they're gonna play How Be the Name and Run to the Hills. And I hope also the number of the bass, but I don't see them play more than 2 songs from this album. And then we come to the next album, Peace of Mind, they're only gonna play The Trooper. And then the next album, Powerslave, well, it's gonna be tough between 2 Minutes to Midnight and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner or Powerslave, because I think they need one big epic song. I will go with Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. And now on the next album, on Summer in Time, I think they're only gonna play Wasted Years. And on the next album, on Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, it's gonna be tough between, in my opinion, Infinite Dreams and also the Evil Dead Men Do. But in my opinion, in the end, they're gonna play the Evil Dead Men Do. And then on No Prior to the Dying, that actually this is the only album that no matter how much time I try to listen to it, it's the weakest album of all the albums Iron Maiden ever did. But I do hope they're gonna play at least one song from this album, and I think gonna be between Bring Me Your Daughter to the Slaughter to Tell Gunner. I really hope it's gonna be Tell Gunner, so I will stick with this one. And then we go to the last album, Fear of the Dark, and actually I think from this album they're gonna play 3 songs. It's gonna be Quick or Be Dead, also From Here to Eternity, and of course Fear of the Dark. So this is the 15 songs I choose on the set list for this the next tour, and let me know what you think about it on the comments. So keep on rocking, or as I can say now, scream from me. See you on tour.